Hello and welcome to Play and Learn at Home by the Arapahoe Libraries. I'm Betsy and I coordinate our Family Place programming. Family Place libraries provide information and support for families of young children and promote a play-based approach to learning. So today, let's talk about some play ideas that you can easily use at home to promote important early learning skills and have fun at the same time. This month, we're talking about different ways to develop the early literacy skill called print awareness. Print awareness is an important stepping stone to learning to read. It includes the understanding that printed letters and words on a page mean something, and figuring out how books are organized. We're talking about things like the fact that print reads left to right and top to bottom, and that the space between groups of letters indicates the space between individual words. With babies, it even includes just knowing how to hold a book and turn the pages. Print awareness is one of 6 identified pre-reading skills that will help children get ready to learn to read, and it is something that young children can easily develop through reading and playing with books. For example, let babies play with books. They love to turn the pages, and board books are meant to be handled and chewed. Babies learn with all their senses, so tasting is to be expected. Look at the thick cardboard here. That makes it easier for babies with their less developed fine motor skills to turn the pages. You will notice that your child will flip back and forth and maybe start over or go back to a favorite page before ever getting to the end. At this stage, it's all about playing with the book and making the reading experience fun. To help children learn about how books work, be sure to point out the title, the author, the illustrator. Make sure they know the difference between the front of the book and the back. When you're reading, on occasion, run your finger under the words from left to right so children will understand directionality of print. What happens if you go like this? Will they object? If you turn the book upside down, do they notice? If they do, they might just be developing print awareness. Point out word boundaries, the spaces in between words, and eventually punctuation and common sight words like and the. Once your child gets the idea, take turns finding exclamation points, for example. Draw attention to individual letters. Make a game of hunting for the first letter in your child's name, for example, and eventually move on to cover the whole alphabet. Having a letter of the day is also a letter knowledge activity. Read wordless books together and encourage your child to write their own story about what is happening in the pictures while you write it down. This will reinforce the idea that the words on the page that you've written represent the spoken word. Don't forget, you can always ask a librarian to find appropriate books for you. We're glad to pick out books and place them on hold. If you want to search for wordless books on your own, just do a keyword search in the catalog for stories without words. You can access Ask a Librarian at arapahoelibraries.org. Click on Service, click on Support, click on Ask a Librarian. Part of print awareness is understanding that print serves different purposes in different contexts. Books tell you a story or information. Menus tell you what you can eat in a restaurant, and a street sign tells you driving directions. Help your child to use print for a purpose by making signs or labels to post around the house. Use Post-it notes or paper with string attached to hang on doorknobs. An envelope works well for this. And finally, books that have just a couple of words or that repeat certain words help children, particularly older ones, 4 and 5-year-olds who might be about to learn to read, to start recognizing and feeling that they are reading those words. And there you have it. Thank you for joining me for this edition of Play and Learn at Home by the Arapahoe Libraries. Today we discussed some easy ways to build print awareness skills. When children understand how print and books work and that printed symbols represent words and ideas, it will be easier for them to learn to read. Before I go, I'd like to invite you to join us for our next Parenting Strategies program, Music Together, on Tuesday, October 27th at 4 p.m. Children and their grown-ups can attend this one, and it should be a fun time. Please look for registration information under the Virtual Events tab at arapahoelibraries.org. And finally, watch for a new video in our Play and Learn at Home series every Monday, and keep playing and learning together.